Today's guest is one of my favorite Broadway stars for his work in classics like Sideshow, The Wild Party, and on roller skates in The Little Mermaid. Of course, he's also been pretty awesome as Javert in Les Mis, Porgy in Porgy and Bess, and Norm Lewis in Sondheim on Sondheim. Please welcome Mr. Norm Lewis.
Yeah, audience.
Norm! My first question, actually, did you watch Cheers growing up?
I did.
Have you ever had one of those moments where you walk in a room and everyone goes, Norm?
Let me just tell you, the reason why I am Norm is because of Cheers.
Are you serious?
I was Norman growing up.
Okay.
And I introduced myself as Norman. I would sign my name as Norman Lewis. And the thing that got it, the thing that crossed over was when I got a job as a bellman. I introduced myself as Norman. I signed all the paperwork as Norman. My name tag came back as Norm. So I said, I can't fight this.
Wait,
and people kept
so
saying,
this Norm, what hotel was this?
It was the Sheraton Orlando North in Orlando, Florida.
Okay, so because of a name tag.
Yeah, because of a name tag.
Because of somebody that was probably like a Cheers freak and just like Norm. He must prefer Norm.
He must prefer Norm.
It's assumed.
So I am Norm. Can I tell you another quick story?
You can tell me a lot of stories. We have 25 more minutes.
As the bellman, I took this lady up to her room. I put her bags down. I was getting ready to leave, and she said, "Excuse me, young man." And I turned around, and she said, "Thank you so much." And she couldn't really see my name, so she said, "Thank you, worm." And she said it with such conviction that I said, "You're welcome." I couldn't even correct her. So you can call me Worm. If you ever see me on the street, call me Worm.
But you didn't adopt that one.
No.
You didn't go with that.
No.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's a thrill to have you here.
Your living room, if you will.
So you are in rehearsals for this concert of Ragtime.
Yes.
On Monday.
Yes.
Colehouse Walker.
Colehouse
Pretty
Walker.
Junior.
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 Yeah. There was a dad, and now it's Junior.
Pretty epic musical theater role. Is this a role that you've never done it, have you?
I did it in not Nashville, North Carolina, sorry, back in 2004.
Oh, okay.
And it was only like 10 performances, so I've been itching to do this role forever.
Well, this time you only have one performance.
Well, I know. But it's on a grand scale, so it feels like a year.
It is a grand scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a grand cast.
Yeah.
So tell me about some of the exciting people that you're going into work with.
Tina Miller is going to play Sarah.
Right.
We have Philip Boykin, who was in Porgy and Bess with me, Tony nominated.
Yes,
he's playing Booker T. Washington. Jarrett Emick is playing Willie Conklin, the racist, but he's so not. He just told me today, actually, he has to go and watch BET and just kind of get all that stuff out because he's being so racist. God, it's Howard McGillan. Leia Salonga is playing the mom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Carrie Butler.
Carrie Butler.
Tyne Daly.
Tyne Daly.
I mean, it's one of those like cavalcade of stars.
Exactly, endless, and it's so great. The energy in the room is amazing. A lot of the people who are in the show have been in the show over the years, and so we're just excited to be doing it.
It seems like you probably have either worked with or know everyone in this industry. Is that true?
Yeah.
I mean, like, it must be rare that you walk into a situation where you're like, I just feel like I don't know anyone. I remember the first time I ever saw you was in Miss Saigon. Mm-hmm. You did that Boudoy. Say it again? Boudoy.
Yes,
Sorry, it's been a while since Miss Saigon's been around.
Exactly.
Which means what? The dust of life?
The dust of life, yeah.
Is that right? See, I knew that. I remember that. I remember you standing up there at that podium. Singing that. When's the last time you sang that song?
I haven't sung that since, I think, 2009.
Do you know the lyrics?
I do.
Do you want to sing any of it? No.
They're called, no.
You never did it with Leia Salonga back then, did you?
Never.
So what's your, how's she doing?
She's good. It's funny because our joke is we are always cast in shows that are so non-specific. Now, luckily, I'm cast correctly. She is non-traditional in this particular show.
She's playing Mother.
But we have done Les Mis, and thank God for Cameron for seeing past that whole race thing and allowing us to do the roles that we're doing. But that's our big joke. Like,
well, let's talk about that race thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel that a lot? Are there like a lot of things where you're like, damn it, I can't get a shot at that?
I mean, I've been so lucky. I wish that there was a little more of that for people of different backgrounds to be considered for a lot of things. It's getting better, I think, but I've been lucky enough to play Sweeney in Sweeney Todd. Also playing the King of the Sea in Little Mermaid with Sierra, who was on the show, and she mentioned my name, so I have to mention her name. I love Sierra.
We love her. We could talk about her for a long time if you want.
Go see, she's only there for like a few more weeks, but go see the Phantom of the Opera. She's doing the 25th anniversary.
Well, what do you think about our idea that we put on the site about you being Phantom sometime?
That is the thing that's one of my roles that I've always wanted to play. And it's really now to set a precedent. And it didn't even have to be me, but there's never been an African American to play
Yeah.
that role,
Yeah.
except
Robert
Robert
Guillaume.
Guillaume,
Yeah.
but never one on Broadway.
Right.
And he got to play it in L.A. for a while.
Right.
But I'd love to see, out of 25 years, I'd love to see an African American play that.
Now, you were her father in Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
She calls you her father,
Yep.
just sort of in life.
Yes.
So would it be weird to be doing all those creepy things that the Phantom does to Christine if you were to play it with her?
I think it would add an extra element, actually. Yeah. I'm not going to say the word. I'm not going to say what it is, but it would add an extra element to that role.
The element.
The element.
So there haven't been any, like, are there any other roles that, like, that you see on Broadway where you go, like, you know what, I could step in and do that, even though people might not think of you for that?
Another, like, if you were to ask me what one of my favorite roles would be, if it ever came back, would be Music Man. I'd like to do that.
That'd be good.
Harold Hill.
With Audra?
Hey, who knows?
With Audra.
With Audra. I have actually gone to Encores and asked to do this amazing show that will probably never come back to Broadway, but it's called Golden Rainbow. And I know people.
Stephen Eady.
Stephen Eady.
Well, you did Golden Boy the musical, which is one of
Golden
my
Boy.
favorites at Encores.
Yes.
The Charles Strauss, Lee Adams musical.
Yes.
But you want to do Golden Rainbow, which is like the Vegas Stephen Eady musical.
Yes. And because I'm not sure how the book really is, and I don't know if it ever would
I don't
make
think
it back
matters.
on Broadway, but the music is so great, and there's an iconic song in that show, "I Gotta Be Me,"
Right.
that everybody sings, but they don't know it's from that show.
Right.
So it's just amazing music, like the music in Golden Boy. It actually would have a lot of like heat and good dancing and.
So who would be your Edie?
LaChanze.
Well,
LaChanze.
of course, another favorite.
Yes.
Another person who sat in that very chair.
Absolutely.
You can feel them all on the
I
pleather.
feel their energy.
You can feel all your women. And Audra, they're all, yeah. You're the missing piece of the puzzle, actually.
That's what it is.
We've had all the leading ladies here.
We could do Charlie's Angel, the musical. I could be Charlie. They could be my angels. We have, Audra, LaChanze, Sierra.
Sure.
Let's do it.
That works.
Let's
I'm
do it.
down with that. Now, have you seen the Tony number from Golden Rainbow from when they were on the Tony Awards?
I did.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty.
did.
That's pretty magnetic.
Believe me, I've done a lot of research on this show. I want to do the show at Encores.
I love going to Encores, but they don't do the things that are slightly in the campy. Like that. I mean, Golden Rainbow is campy. When you watch that Tony number, it's so. But they don't. They won't. See, I want those. I want those shows.
Let's start a campaign. Let's do a Facebook campaign or a Twitter campaign and get
Is
Golden
that
Rainbow.
now that you're on Twitter, new to Twitter.
I'm new to Twitter now. I don't know what I'm doing though.
What's your name on Twitter?
It's Norm Lewis 777. Because someone took Norm Lewis, and I didn't want to fight that person, so I said, let me just add a couple of numbers. And 7 is one of my favorite numbers. So.
Did you consider the Norm Lewis, like the Billy Porter? He has 2 E's.
Well, you know what? He's Billy Porter, and Billy has been around and doing his thing, and this
He's more of a
confident man. Yeah, he's the Billy Porter.
Yeah.
I'm Norm Lewis. Yeah. Kind of shy and meek and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was checking out some of your YouTube. I like to YouTube people sometimes, and there's some like it's crazy. And actually, the funniest thing I found on there, which I didn't expect, was a lot of times when you're interviewed by random outlets, the first as women especially, the first 20 seconds of the interview are them sort of giggling and saying that you're so handsome. There's a lot of this this gushing. Does this happen to you a lot? It's they kind of make fools of themselves in front of you.
Well,
What is it? What's going on? What's the normness?
I don't know. I mean, it's all nice and good, and
But you do see this happening. You just kind of laugh. You do the Norm laugh, and
I mean, I think it's great. I mean, I look at myself in the mirror and go, oh my God, I wish I looked better than that. But
what do you want to change about yourself?
I'm not into the surgery or anything like that. But I don't know. God, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm cute. And I can get away with being cute and charming, so I'll do that. I'll just do it.
The other thing that comes up on YouTube that there's one thing that comes up where you have to I had to enter my age to watch it, which is you at Broadway Bears.
Yeah.
Naked.
Yeah, naked. You want to know why I did that?
Why?
I was 46 at the time, and I was in Little Mermaid, and I had a decent looking body, and all the years that have gone by, I'd seen a lot of the Broadway Bears, and my ex-girlfriend was in it for years, so I go and support her, but I didn't have the body to do it, and I was like, God, I would really love to do that. When Jerry Mitchell saw me in Little Mermaid, he came up to me and said, how would you like to do it? And I said, you know what? If I never do it again, I would do it this one time. And I was the oldest guy doing a specific, category, and I think I was like twice everybody's age. So I was like, hell yeah,
So how did you get? I mean, because okay, yeah, let's talk about King Triton.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a campy show that Encore should do in 20 years.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, did you ever have any moments during The Little Mermaid where you were just like looking around and looking at what you were wearing and just going like, where am I?
Where the heck am I?
What happened?
Yeah. When they first called me for Little Mermaid, I immediately thought I was going to go in for Sebastian.
Right.
Because Samuel E. Wright, who originated the King and Lion King
Yeah.
On Broadway, African-American guy, I thought immediately, that's the role that they want to see me for. But then they said, no, we want to see you as King Triton. And as I went into the audition, I saw different people of different colors and backgrounds going in for that role. And I said, yeah, all right, Disney, do your thing. And I was so honored to get the role. And then once I found out that I was doing the role, I knew I was going to have to be in something tight because
Yeah.
I'm a merman or whatever you call it, and not Ethel. So I started kind of, exercising a little bit. And as the months went by before we actually started, I kind of got in shape. And so they changed the costume. And it was actually supposed to be this bodysuit that had abs and everything. And
You had your own abs.
and when we got to Denver, they said, it doesn't look right under the lights. Would you mind going half naked? And I said, okay.
And how are the abs now?
Ooh, remember the six pack? It's more like a keg right now, so I have to get back in shape.
Now, of course, we loved you in Porgy and Bess.
Thanks.
Epic.
Thank
I mean, like literally, like first of all, let's talk about the rubber legs. You terrified me when I saw that show.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what the hell you were doing, and it was actually scary.
Well, we wanted to make him authentically crippled,
Right.
but we didn't want to. In the original, in the opera, he's on a cart that's actually pulled by a goat, and they didn't want that.
Right.
They wanted to bring him up on his feet, but still be authentically crippled.
Right.
So we had a physical therapist that came in that showed us muscles to use and not use, and from that we did a lot of. I had to go up and down stairs, walk backwards, just to see what someone who was physically challenged had to go through. And it metamorphosized, if that's a word, into what you saw on stage where my leg was twisted in.
Did you ever watch footage of yourself doing
Yeah.
that and just go like, wow?
Why yeah. I had friends of mine that would come see the show, like you, and they said in the beginning they couldn't watch because they just couldn't
Yeah.
see me that way.
Yeah.
And then finally when it got into, the love story and
Yeah.
everything.
So the Audra McDonald element, we love Audra McDonald.
Audra
Yeah.
McDonald.
The
yeah.
Tony winning girl.
The Tony-winning Audra McDonald. Yeah, she's something else. She's coming up. She's doing her thing. I think she'll do well.
Anything surprised you about actually having that long experience with her?
Yeah.
Or what?
Well, in a good way. I mean, the thing about her, we've been friends for years,
Yeah.
and I've known her talent for years and admired it for so long. I didn't know how giving she was.
Uh-huh.
I learned so much, and I trusted her, and she trusted me, and it just it was so great. I can,
Did she give you any material things, or was she just giving in the sense of? Did she give you one of her Tonys or cookies?
I got to take one of the Tonys home and stroke it. And no, it was no. But you know what though? She steals my M&Ms. I had M&Ms in my room, and every time I would see it diminishing, I was like, "Where's
Plain M&Ms?
Yeah. No, peanut.
Okay, peanut. So this is the big revelation we found out that Audra McDonald's will steal your
She will steal your M&Ms.
peanut M&Ms.
Yeah. Sorry, Audra. Sorry. I'm telling on you.
Now you are going to celebrate a milestone birthday I want to talk about, because when I saw the number, I was taken aback. Although I should think about my own age, and I guess it kind of makes sense. But tell everyone, in this June,
June 2nd, I will turn 50 years
woo,
old.
Norm.
Yes. Work it out. Work it out. I mean, I feel like I look my age. I mean, I have the gray and
Well, maybe in Porgy and Bess with the beard.
with the beard,
The
yeah.
beard definitely added. But
Yeah.
now you have a youthful glow again.
the glow.
Yeah.
No, I just I still feel like I'm 20 something years old. I mean, I moved here like 23, 24 years ago, and I just feel like that kid that just moved here.
Speaking of all of this, let's talk about erectile dysfunction.
Yeah. Wow. You got a problem with that?
People. Well, no, but I thought you might. I don't know. People associate you now with this.
I know. I got a lot of backlash from that.
Well, you're in a Cialis commercial.
I'm in a Cialis. Okay, look, this is the way it went down. I'm thinking I'm just this actor that is going in for a commercial, trying to make some money, and I do it. I do the commercial last year while I was doing Porgy and Bess.
Right.
The Tony Awards come around. I happen to get on a television show, and then the commercial comes out, and all of a sudden, people are like, "Wow, it's."
You're talking about Scandal.
Yeah, the show Scandal.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Yes, Scandal.
Yes, we're talking about that.
And people were writing in saying, "Wow, it's so sad to see Norm with this problem," or or it's sad to see him in this commercial. And then some people were like fighting back and saying, "Well, he's just an actor, just doing his gig.
Right.
He's laughing all the way to the bank."
That's kind of like one of the ironies, I guess, of like the Broadway, the life of a Broadway actor, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. You try to do as much as you can to
you get
support
your
that.
gigs.
Yeah, to support that theater. But I think what my representation has said, they said that now you're kind of like a little, people kind of know your name or know your face a little bit. So you're not necessarily the actor doing this role in a commercial. You're representing Norm Lewis, representing this company.
Right.
So we have to be a little careful.
And erectile dysfunction.
Erectile dysfunction. I'm okay in that area, you guys, by the way.
Just want to clarify
Just
that.
want to clarify that.
On camera.
But I hear that it works.
So you were great on Scandal, by the way.
Thank you.
I started watching that show. I sort of like, you can like bite these things all in one gulp now.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Catch up. But it's over, right? You were-
Yes.
For now.
My
You didn't
last-
get like shot in the head or
I didn't get
anything.
killed, so there's a possibility. You never know in Shondaland. You
Oh my
might come
God.
back somehow, whatever. So I didn't get killed. I just got kicked to the curb.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Kerry Washington, Olivia Pope, she's like
She's
yeah.
got things to do. She's got places
Yeah,
to go.
oh yeah, and you tried to slow her down.
Yeah, chill out, lady.
Give her a little bit of the normness, romance her. She was not reacting in the way that those female reporters do on YouTube.
No. I
She
mean,
was
she
just-
kind of gave me
she
a
gave you a
little
moment.
something, but it was like
You took your clothes off.
Yeah. There was a moment.
Yeah.
But I think she was the whole time thinking about the president. And we're not talking about Obama. Just thinking about that.
President Tony Goldwyn.
Tony Goldwyn, yes. Fitz.
Was it fun to do that though?
It was so great. And that entire set was just magical. I mean, everybody was friends,
Yeah.
Kind of like this group of people here.
What
this
people?
whole
What
crowd of people here.
Everyone watching
Yeah.
it. The studio
The
audience.
studio audience,
The
yeah.
studio audience.
Yes. And the guys behind the camera.
Yeah.
It's like a family. But that's what it was, actually. I mean, people would invite you over to their home. We would get to see some of the episodes, pre-screen them and everything.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
So hopefully we get some more TV stuff going.
I hope so. Yeah.
Did you learn anything from it? Was it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I learned that I need to do more of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's a whole nother mindset.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother skill set, and I want to do more of it. I really do. But I will never forget and never not do Broadway. Like Broadway's my home.
Is Porgy and Bess hard to follow up? I mean, that was sort of a
That's a good question.
Tony nomination. First of all, should have gotten a nomination for Sideshow way back in the day. I know everyone says that.
God bless you, dude.
That's on YouTube too, by the way.
It is. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Do you watch any of your YouTube stuff? Do you just sit there at home in your
Oh
pajamas?
God,
and
yeah. I admire myself
enjoy
so
yourself?
much. No, I have gone back to YouTube to look at something when I knew that I had to sing that song in a concert, just so I can go, okay, those are the words.
You watch yourself do it.
But
That's a great tool then.
it is. Yeah, I mean, I know that in the beginning it was kind of like, oh, I don't know if this is too,
I know, I've
not
just kind
supposed
of
to.
embraced it.
Yeah, but now you can see every witch and wicked on
Yeah.
there and compare them. And
Right.
all
You do that too. You sit at home and compare all the witches.
oh, did I say that? Uh-uh.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. I will.
You're almost 50 years old.
Well, I stole your terminology the other day. I sometimes I will sit and have my own concert and watch, like I'll watch Audra, or I'll watch Sierra, or
Yeah.
I'll watch my friend Hugh Panero, or
Yeah.
and just listen to wow.
Make your own concerts on
Yeah.
YouTube. It's awesome.
Yeah. But to answer your question, which was a great question by the way, you're a great interviewer by the way.
Thank you. I don't remember what the question was.
The question was, is it hard to follow Porgy and Bess? And it is. That's a great question.
I guess
because
officially you followed it up with a Cialis commercial.
I did.
Okay.
Well, no scandal actually.
Okay, then.
Yeah, and then promoted myself
So-
to Cialis.
Okay. So anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but that was such. I mean, that cast was awesome.
Yeah.
Working with Audra was awesome. To play that role was awesome. So it definitely will be something that's I treasure
I have to acknowledge you've been in some flops. So you can't have a career. You can't get to that Tony nomination until you have a few of those. One of your flops is like one of my all-time favorites. Want to guess which one that is?
It is Amore. Wow, which one? Oh God, I have so many flops. Sideshow.
I do love that, but
Well, it flopped though. The Wild Party.
yes.
Are you kidding?
Oh
okay.
my God.
Okay,
And
all right.
thank God I found on YouTube Eddie and May.
Eddie and May.
A crappy video that thank you whoever you are shot of Eddie and May.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I've listened to that track Eddie and May on that album?
Seriously?
Oh my God. I love Eddie and May.
You
don't listen to it?
It was a fun song. I haven't
You gotta
heard it in a
check it
while.
out.
Yeah, I haven't heard it in a
It's a good song. You gotta look it up.
Well, you know, Michael John LaChanze, I have to tell you, we had such a good time with his atonalness, and you know,
Yeah.
he writes. He's so brilliant, and it was hard to learn it, but once you got it, you just went with it, and it just had so much
Yeah.
fun.
I was thinking that now you could maybe play Burrs.
I think
Right?
that could work. That could work.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's
Let's get the Wild Party back.
maybe Encore's good too.
Well, see, this is what we need to get encore.
There we go.
need, you know what? We need an encore season dedicated to your career.
Absolutely.
Just all Norm Lewis flops.
That could. Well, that would be at least.
Well, I mean, everyone's
at
waiting
least
for
three.
Sideshow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3. That's all you need 3. It's a season.
Yeah.
It's a season.
Let's do it. Come on, you got
You
pull.
can take pride. Oh, yeah.
You got pull.
I want the Wild Party to come back. I think you'd be a good Burrs. Who should be your Queenie?
Well, you know, interestingly enough,
Queenie.
that you
Who
say
should be your
this.
Queenie, though?
Well, funny you say that because when they were doing it in the beginning, they had Vanessa Williams playing Queenie
Right,
in the
right.
workshop, and it was going to be this interesting thing. She was going to lighten her face, and that was going to be her mask as opposed to the guy playing
Mandy
Patinkin. Hello, I couldn't think of his name.
That guy.
That guy. Iconic guy, but he darkened his face, you know, and did that one
Right.
scene, which was really
Wow.
really powerful. But it would have been kind of a nice contrast. But I don't know, Vanessa would be great. I got to work with Vanessa too. How about that?
Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah, let's do that.
I've worked with some
She-
really amazing women, haven't I?
You have crazy leading ladies.
Wow.
I was reading a Broadway.com interview you did during Porgy and Bess, and we asked you, what do you like to do in your spare time? And your answer was read books about business.
Yeah.
That's a lame. Is that really?
Yeah.
Is that really what this
Yeah.
guy does? I mean, you look like a businessman right now.
I do. I read books about marketing and internet marketing, things like that. Actually, funny enough, do you know Chad Kimball? Obviously, you know Chad Kimball.
Lolly Clothing.
Lolly Clothing.
You're an investor.
I'm an investor in that company. So
Nice.
go lollyclothing.com, you guys, seriously. Ladies, or guys who would like to wear women's clothing. But it's some really good stuff. And there's going to be more stuff that's going to happen.
So do you like being involved in that?
I do. I love it. I mean, I came from the business world. I worked in advertising for like 5 years
At the
before I
Orlando
moved here.
Sentinel.
At the Jesus, you've done your homework.
Yeah, I did my research.
Wow. I kind of missed that aspect of it, you know, the 9 to 5, going to my office and doing the business thing. But I wouldn't trade this.
Do you want an ad sales job at Broadway.com when the
Could I?
Cialis ads dry up?
Dude, if there's...
No one would know. It could be like a secret.
Let's do it. I'm there. I'm there. There's so much off time.
So there's nothing else you do, like, really? You're just sitting there with a bunch of books?
I go on the internet and look at webinars and things like that about business. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to start something really soon, but I just want you to know, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but I love infomercials.
Oh.
I'm addicted. Like I think I need therapy because I will watch the same one over again.
Like what? Tell us a good one.
Nopalea.
What's that?
Nopalea is this juice that has some magic healing powers.
Really?
And it helps with
Erectile dysfunction.
not erectile dysfunction. Well, it might. I don't know,
It
but
might.
it helps with
Cleans it out?
a-
Cleans everything
anti-inflammatory things and stuff. A lot of people, you know, shell teas.
Did you buy it?
I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it.
You just watched these
I
things
just watched
over and
it.
over.
Now, what I did buy was the NutriBullet, which is kind of the step up from the Magic Bullet, and
Yeah.
and I do use that all the time.
Yeah.
And it's really good. But yeah, I love infomercials.
So what do you know about, like, if you were going to sell, this mug, this Broadway.com mug?
Yes.
So you're a business expert. So what would you highlight in the infomercial?
Well,
what would the infomercial be?
The fact that this is a mug that can hold a high volume of liquids that you would enjoy, and also
Hot or cold?
Hot or cold, absolutely. And the fact that it also has the beautiful logo on there, and it looks amazing when you hold it like this and you
Broadway's Norm Lewis.
People think
Taking
that
a sip.
you are like elegant when you do that kind of thing.
Would you get some of your leading ladies on that infomercial?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Think they'd step up for you?
Oh, of course
with this
they would.
Fledgling mug business you're
Of
going
course
to
they
start.
would. First of all, they owe me.
Do they owe you?
They owe me.
What do they owe
because-
you for?
Well, let's just say LaChanze owes me because I supported her in her role in Baby when we did Baby together.
Baby at Paper Mill Playhouse.
I
Good. That was
made
good.
her look amazing.
That was good.
Vanessa Williams, I was holding on to her, and I, she fell into my arms a couple of times, so she owes me. And Audra McDonald truly owes me. I helped her win that 5th Tony. So
How'd that go down?
Actually, we should share that Tony because yeah.
Talk about that campaign. Were you guys like up late at night, like making charts and writing things on the web to try to sway things?
No, but I supported her on that stage. I made her look good.
Okay, you made her look good.
Yeah, come on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no Bess without Porgy.
Yeah, come on.
Right. They all owe you.
They owe me.
Line them up.
Line 'em
Get
up.
ready, ladies. You're going to make an infomercial. You can shoot it in here if you want.
Can we?
Yeah, totally.
Well, we have to ask the camera guys too if they would do that, or
you can have
studio audience.
You can have the studio audience and. All right, enough of this shenanigans. Let's talk back about Ragtime.
Yeah.
People need to go check this out.
Yes, and it's on Monday,
night only?
Monday the 18th.
And it's being presented by Manhattan Concert Productions.
Yes.
At
yes.
Avery Fisher Hall.
Avery Fisher
correct?
Hall, yes.
At the Grand
yes.
Avery Fisher
At
Hall.
Lincoln Center. And I also want to talk about one other thing, too.
Please,
On the
whatever.
17th, Queensboro Community College, we're going to have the Black Stars of the Great White Way.
Right.
And that's going to be at 3 o'clock. So please, if you get time, come out there. It's going to be fun. Andre DeShields, Keith David, myself. There's a bunch of just strong leading black men that are going to be on that stage doing their thing. And it's celebrating African-American men in the theater.
What are you going to sing there? Is it a secret?
It's a secret. It's going to be a surprise. Come on. I don't want to spoil it.
Are you going to be Bess to Under the Shields' Porgy?
Porgy, yeah.
The other way
Oh,
around? I
damn
don't
it,
know.
you know. Did you sneak into our rehearsal? No, but it's great. It's going to be fun, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Right.
And this is gearing up for something that's getting ready to happen, hopefully at Carnegie Hall in the next year or so.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's it.
It's at Queensboro Community College,
Queensboro
3
Community
o'clock.
College on Sunday.
On Sunday,
And on
the 17th.
Monday,
Yeah.
you can just spend every night with Norm Lewis.
Come and be with Norm Lewis.
And
every
Monday,
day.
and then you can watch him do Call House Walker.
Exactly.
And then pretty soon, no more erection commercials, but maybe some more TV gigs, and
Let's hope.
maybe something on the same importance level as Porgy and Bess on Broadway soon.
Absolutely.
Or
The
not.
Phantom. The
Maybe
Phantom.
Golden Rainbow. Maybe Phantom.
Yeah.
There are so many possibilities here.
Yeah, exactly.
And if not, there's always the world of infomercials.
Exactly. God, you're good. I'm telling you, dude, you're so good at this.
Whatever. You're good too. You're pretty talented. Thank you, Norm Lewis.
Thank
you for
you.
stopping by.
Are you kidding? Thank you, my
We'll
friend.
see you soon. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.